And now, Erev Shabbat Kodesh and also Erev Pesach. Since Pesach starts tomorrow night and today is Erev Shabbat, there is many things that we do different. And I'm going to start. Number one, I want to remind you, all those that didn't get a haircut for the holiday, get a haircut before Shabbat, because afterward it starts the counting of the Homer, which we don't get a haircut at least for a few weeks. The next thing that I want to remind you, if you didn't check your pockets yet to make sure that there is no chometz, do it now. The next thing is, I want to discuss with you what else do we have to prepare before the Seder is coming in. The Seder is going to be tomorrow night, Motzai Shabbat. Certain things we have to do, prepare for the Seder already today. For example, if you have to broil the zroa, the part that we do with the neck, you have to do it before Shabbat for the 2 days of Pesach, which the first Seder and the second Seder, because this is something, because we don't eat it, we have to do it before Shabbat, not on the holiday. Cooking the egg that we put on the Seder plate, definitely it's much better to prepare it now, today, but if you didn't, you can still do it Motzai Shabbat. Then the lettuce, to prepare the lettuce that we're going to eat for karpas, for maror. Make sure it has to be checked for bugs. Unless you buy something that it says that it's kosher and you don't have to check. Otherwise, you would have to check today before Shabbat, not to leave it for Motzei Shabbat, because Motzei Shabbat is a problem how to do it, and bugs is a problem. The next thing that we need is the charoset that we prepare. The charoset, we should also try to do it today. Unless you buy it ready from any place in the neighborhood, or you do it yourself. If you do it yourself, do it today. The next thing that we need is the salt water. Obviously, we can do it on Motzai Shabbat. The right thing is to do it today, to prepare it, to put it in a side. Many things that we also do in order to be able to start the Seder right away. We shouldn't have to wait till the last minute and start preparing stuff. The next thing that I want to remind you, if you have, let's say, a Shabbos mode on the oven, or on the timer on the electric, try to prepare it today. There is a mode on the ovens that is 72 hours recycle. I mean, the mode is only for 72 hours. 72 hours make sure that the oven is going to be on. Otherwise, it may shut down before, or it may stay forever. Depends what type of oven you have. The same thing can be also the refrigerator. A lot of refrigerator today is a mode, especially for the light. So if you have to do any type of clock to prepare that it should work for a certain time, you have to do it today. Don't forget to do it. The next thing is the fire. We're going to light this afternoon, we're going to light Shabbat candles. But we're going to need also for Motzai Shabbat, for Saturday night and for Sunday night. So we light 3 days of candles. And you also maybe want fire for cooking. You have to prepare the fire before. In other words, take a 24 hours candle or 48-hour candle, prepare it today in order you should not have a problem on Motzai Shabbat where to find fire, because you only can do things from my existing fire. The next thing is the people that usually give on charity every day. Today is 3 days. There is a custom to give before lighting candles. Try to give today for 3 days in order you should not skip a day of lighting candles. Now, as far as the rest of the stuff that we have to know for Shabbat is, for example, the davening, the eating chametz. So what we eating tonight, try to eat stuff that are not causing a lot of crumbs in the house, especially after you burn the chametz and you sold the chametz. The chametz that you're going to eat on Shabbat is not a part of the sale. Make sure that you have minimum of chametz in order to get rid of it, to finish it by tomorrow before 10:43, which means to say tonight we're eating chametz. The food can be kosher for Pesach. Try not to eat it together, because then you're causing problems with the chametz. If you make clear chametz food, try before Shabbat to empty it out in a 9x13 fire pan, because it's impossible to wash it it's not possible to wash it on Shabbat. Therefore, try to do it before. Now, tomorrow morning, most people will daven early. For example, in our shul, we're going to daven tomorrow 7 o'clock in order to be able to wash for the second meal with bread or with anything in the Afaramotzi, and to finish it before 10:43 with the bread. It's very, very important. We got rid. So what do we do if we have leftover bread? So the right thing to do, if you have a few crumbs, you can flush it in the toilet. But if you have really bread, a lot of bread that is left over, so the right thing is to put it respectfully in a bag inside the garbage and pour on it bleach, something that no one can eat it, even a dog won't be able to eat it. That's the way it says in Shulchan Aruch to do. Make sure you're doing it, because once the time passed and this is not a part of the sale, then you're violating by having chametz in your possession. So make sure that you get rid of the chametz after 10:43. Put it in a bleach, something in that nature. You want, and that's it. You finished. You have to say what we say regular in a burning of the chametz. You would say it tomorrow after 10:43. It's printed in the Agadah. It says Kol Chamira, that we're notifying that all the chametz that I have is not mine, and we make a special declaration. It's not a prayer. It's something that we have to say. That's our sages told us to do. We have to do it tomorrow. After 10:43, it's only 3 lines. Okay, so we finish to do this. Then comes later on in the afternoon. Later on in the afternoon, so we're finishing, let's say 9 o'clock davening, eating. A person says, what are we the third meal? So the truth is, the third meal, many people, there's few options. The option number 1 is to eat fish and something else, not washing bread. The second option is, after you finish in the morning, you stop a few minutes, you wash a second time, and you, like this, you add 3 meals on Shabbat. The third option is according to the Sfaradim, if you can have matzah ashira. Matzah ashira means matzah that was made not with water, was made with with, for example, was made with apple juice or wine, they can eat this part. So this is something that it's very important to do. Also, I want to remind you that because the Seder is tomorrow night, we cannot make a salad out of lettuce, at least tomorrow. Most people will tell you that from tonight, if you have a meal for Shabbat, don't use lettuce that you usually use for salads, because this is a part of the Seder, and we're trying not to eat anything that we're going to use in the Seder. So, for example, we're not going to eat this, we're not going to eat regular matzah. From tomorrow morning, it says clear in Shulchan Aruch that we're not allowed to eat anything, any matzah, because we asked to be for tonight something new, something fresh. So all this is for tomorrow, for this Shabbat, that we're eliminating the salad and also the matzah that we're not going to eat. I want to go back with you on Motzei Shabbat. What do we do on Motzei Shabbat when we have to make Kiddush? It's Motzei Shabbat. Usually we do also Havdalah. So what do? We usually, after the wife is lighting the Shabbat candles, of the holiday candles, we make Kiddush. We say, we have it in the Haggadah, the Kiddush is like a regular holiday Kiddush. We get to the end of the Kiddush, we say the blessing on the fire like we do every Motzei Shabbat, Borei Me'arei Ha'esh. We not necessarily have to use the hand. We don't take samim, spices that we do every Motzei Shabbat. And then we continue, you're going to see in the Haggadah it says, Amavdil ben Kodesh lechol, Benor lachoshech, all this. And we're finishing this bracha. Right afterward, we have a shechiyanu that we're going to make when we do the Havdalah. Obviously, when you have to prepare for the Seder, don't prepare till Shabbat is over, which is around 8:15. Maybe a few minutes earlier, but not more than this. So you're preparing for the Seder, and when you're preparing, you have to say Baruch Amavdil ben Kodesh leKodesh. That's what we have to do. Sunday Shacharit will be a little bit different because we stopped asking for rain. We're asking for tal, for dew. This is a special prayer that we have on Sunday. Sunday night we're going to start counting the Omer, and the rest. I want to wish you all Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach, and I hope I was helpful.